Okay, there we go. Sorry, I'm just checking to make sure everything's working here, so... Okay. There we go. So, apologies for that. Apparently things weren't working so well there for a second, but you guys should see me now, it looks like. I just noticed I was getting a weird error, and it said that my network connection was terminated. Okay, well that was kind of sucks because that was about a quarter of my lunch right there. So we got about 20 minutes or so let's press on, shall we? Alright. Oh, I thought we were getting a carrier pigeon to do it. If you're out there and watching, let me know, and you can hit me in the chat and just test it and make sure everything looks good. I mean, it looks good on my end now. Alright. I already called my guy. I have a pigeon guy. Marcus has good pigeons.
Huh.
Don't get your pigeons from Anthony. They're no good. I don't want to know if any of this is true. I head outside and walk over to Damien's house. I slip the letter into the slot in his door and go back home. Mission accomplished? Now we play the waiting game. The night finally rolls around when I'm supposed to meet with Damien. The next day I'd left another beautifully crafted letter thanking me for mine and agreeing to the... Amanda helps me pick out a nice outfit, and I show up to the theater a little bit early. It's a chilly night, and the theater is kind of crowded, but it's still nice. How do you do? I jump at the sound of his voice and turn around to see Damien right behind me. Almost gave me a heart attack. How long were you there for? I don't know. I just walked up. My apologies for frightening you. What was that thunder? Is it gonna rain soon? I didn't hear anything. Hey, Sabas. Feel free to lurk. No worries. What? Regardless, the hour grows close. Shall we take our seats in the cinema? I must thank you again for purchasing our tickets. Please allow me to repay the deeds in Sour Patch Kids, or perhaps Milk Duds. It's funny to listen to a guy from Victorian era. It's all in Victorian era. I want to talk about Sour Patch Kids and Milk Duds. Let's do it. We get in line to buy snacks. As we're waiting, I hear a familiar voice behind us. My dad's here. Turn around to find Lucien standing a few feet behind us with a gaggle of other goth kids. Lucien, how nice to see you. I didn't know you were coming to the theater. I'm glad to see you spending some quality time with your friends. Whatever, Dad. And what movie will you be attending tonight? My friends are making me see some kids movie about talking animals. I don't really care about it. Well, I do hope you enjoy your evening. We will be watching Vampire Crusade 2. Evil Never Dies.
Oh my.
You? Watching that? Yeah, I thought Damien would enjoy it. Good luck with that, Dad. This his son's an asshat. Lucien rejoins his friends, and I look over to Damien. Good luck with what? It's nothing. My son loves to tease. We wait in line for a little longer, and Damien buys us snacks. He seems a little nervous. I wonder what's wrong. Damien and I take our seats and settle in for previews. Glancing at him, I can see that he's sweating profusely, gripping at his armrest. Is everything okay? Oh, we only got hearts. No flying eggplants. Everything is perfectly fine. I am so... excited for this film. I'm a devoted patron of the arts, especially the scary arts. The scarier the arts, the better. You have a favorite horror movie? Of course I have a favorite horror movie. Mine is, Halloween Town. It's terrifying. Oh, interesting. That's odd. I don't seem to remember Halloween Town being that scary. I would have expected him to bring up some sort of strange foreign horror film that I had never heard of. Damien's knuckles are turning white. It's like he's about to rip the armrest off. I bet you this guy's scared and he don't want to admit it. He's really scared. Alright. Wait a second. Damien, are you... afraid of horror movies?
Oh my.
You must be joking. I love horror movies. The lights dim for the film. Damien screams. I apologize. I was thinking about something far scarier than this movie, which is not scary at all. We settle in as the film starts. I offer Damien some licorice and he takes one. I take note of how much his hands are shaking. Dude's terrified. The title flashes across the screen in bloody letters. Vampire Crusade 2, Evil Never Dies. A pale man with a long silver hair, glittering red eyes, and well-oiled abs sits up in a coffin. Romulus Bad Blood. Oh, awaken my coven. Two more vampires slide the tops off their stone coffins onto the floor. Demetrius Morvant. Brother, is it time? Carmela Van Ruden. Yes, my husband, but also mortal enemy. It is time. The three look at each other and then to the camera. For the Vampire Crusade. This rules. The trio of vampires flies off in the night as foreboding organ music plays in the distance. I somehow get lost in the movie. As dumb as it sounded, it's actually a pretty fun flick. We get to a tense moment of the movie where Romulus Trueblood sits at a truce meeting with the general of the human army, whose wife Romulus has fallen in love with. Romulus, it's good to finally meet you. General, I agree. It is good to finally blood you.
Oh my.
Romulus leaps out and slashes at the general's throat. Blood splatters all over everything, including the camera. Damien screams again, reflexively grasping my hand. I immediately blush, forgetting about any vampires, blood, or vampiric blood. Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Damien retracts his hand and places it back in his lap. I was writing a novel in my head about blood magic, and I got to an extremely scary section. Damien goes back to quietly stressing out over the movie. It's kind of cute that he won't admit that he's afraid of it. Uh-oh. I wish he would hold my hand again. It's a good point for more food. More muffins. It's muffin time. Maybe I can do something to try to make him feel more comfortable. I got it. I'll do what all dads do best. Talk during the movie. I'll point out a plot hole. Did you notice how that guard fired 7 bullets, but his gun only holds 6 bullets? Yes, that is absolutely unforgivable from a filmmaking standpoint. It's almost unwatchable. It's funny how it's so much easier to point out the mistakes in the work of others than it is to actually go create your own thing, huh? Hey, look, that's an anachronism. The rest of the movie goes by relatively smoothly, with only a few whimpers from Damien. Maybe he would have liked the romantic comedy better. We get to the final scene of the movie where Romulus, Bad Blood, and the General's wife embrace each other in its crypt. It appears that the true Vampire Crusades was the Vampire Crusades in our hearts, our cold, unbeating hearts. Romulus and the General's wife begin making out hard.
What?
The film fades to black, and the end appears on the screen. But then it hard cuts to Demetrius and his rival lover Carmilla, who watch the two from afar. Oh no, twist ending. Must have been directed by M. Night Shyamalan. Oh, damn. Damien and I walk out of the movie theater amidst the throngs of chattering moviegoers. He's a little more pale than I remember, but otherwise he survived the encounter. He seems kind of invigorated. What an interesting film. While the premise admittedly struck me as pedestrian, I was intrigued by its harrowing love story and great attention to detail in regards to vampiric lore. Yeah, it was pretty good. A lot more vampire titties than I thought there would be.
Oh.
Come, the night is young, let us take a stroll. Damien is making a point of not telling me where he's taking me. Still, I'm enjoying the walk and the cool night air. Being alone here with Damien is a lot better than being in a crowded theater. Lovely night, isn't it? As lovely as the company, yes. He thinks I'm lovely. Okay, here comes the smooth response. Thanks. Oh, still no eggplants. Crushed it. We both stand there feeling a little awkward. I sure am one smooth operator. Am I? Are you getting a little hungry? We could maybe stop off and grab something to eat. Worry not, friend. I have a plan. We turn the corner and are greeted by the gates of a cemetery. What? Are we going in there?
Oh.
A little bit of Victorian flavor, jabroni. Trust me. I'm a bit nervous, but Damien hasn't led me wrong yet. I follow his lead as we walk into the cemetery. Statues of angels stare down at us as we follow a path through the faded tombstones. As we crest a small hill, we get a beautiful view of the city. The night lights sparkle around us. I gotta hand it to him. For being in a cemetery, this is strangely romantic. Picnicking in graveyards is an old Victorian tradition, an appropriate finish to an evening after a vampire. Wouldn't you say? With a flourish, Damien produces a blanket. Picnic basket. Wait, where were you hiding that? Under my cloak? Oh, right. Damien unfolds the blanket and we both sit down, gazing out at the city lights. He produces a bottle of red wine and a fine selection of cheeses. I like wine and cheese. Actually, I'm not much of a wine guy. Cheese? Depends on the cheese. Victorian era, there were no public art galleries, parks, or botanical gardens to speak of. Once rural graveyards became a more popular alternative to church burials, they became the only place that people could see beautiful plant life and fine sculptures. That makes sense. It's pretty nice. I have a question, though. How are you so okay with being in a graveyard, but you have trouble handling scary movies? I wasn't. He sighs deeply. Okay, yes, I was extremely scared by that movie. I was not writing a book about blood magic in my head. I've never been good at those. I just feel it's because of how I look and act. People expect me to love horror films. So I must play the part. Truth be told, I don't know if I have the constitution for them at times. Damien, I'm so sorry. If I'd have known, I would have suggested another movie. It's quite all right. I actually did find myself enjoying this one, thanks to your help. Graveyards, however, I think there's something rather beautiful about death. Cemeteries are traditionally built away from cities, away from the realm of the living, and it keeps us rather separated from us. To acknowledge death and become comfortable with it, I think gives us a certain intimate knowledge of ourselves. Okay. Agree to disagree. To sit amongst the generations of those who came before us, to be truly alive in the midst of so much death, brings me great comfort. Death helps me appreciate life, to savor every second. We sit and enjoy our food and wine. We don't feel scared anymore. I never thought I'd be comfortable sitting alone in a graveyard at night, but I actually feel very peaceful. Suddenly, it doesn't seem like we're alone. Off in the distance, I see a shadowy figure in the trees. What is that? I'm not sure. It noticed us. I'm paralyzed with fear as it begins lumbering slowly towards us. Its shape taking more animal form, more feral. I look to Damien for help, but he's just as afraid and transfixed as I am. I want to scream, but it's stuck in my throat. The creature is getting closer, moving faster. Oof. Oh. It's a dog. As it finally comes into the light, the friendliest, dumbest little Boston Terrier I've ever seen pulls its owner towards us. The dog trots over to Damien and sniffs at his hands. Damien looks ecstatic. He ruffles the dog's fur happily. What a beautiful dog. Hey. We both look up, not expecting to see Robert. Thanks. Robert, what are you doing out here on this lovely evening? Hunting cryptids. What? What? I didn't know you had a dog.
Hey.
This isn't my dog. Found her wandering in the street. Put a leash on her. Now we're walking around this graveyard together. Hunting cryptids.
Oh.
Damien and I share a look. May I give her a treat? Sure. Wouldn't give her cheese, though.
Oh.
Not to worry. Damien reaches into the depths of his cloak and procures a small dog treat. What else is he keeping in there? Yeah, where is all this stuff coming out of his cloak? It's like the magic cloak. It's something out of Harry Potter. The dog laps up the treat and crunches away, tail wagging furiously. Damien continues to smooth down her fur. Thanks.
Oh.
My absolute pleasure. Damien shakes the dog's paw. Lovely to meet you, my friend. May our paths cross again. Robert and his dog disappear into the darkness again. Damien stares after them. I didn't know you liked dogs. Victorians love dogs. Actually, most Victorian women of high fashion would always be accompanied by a small dog, such as a terrier or a Maltese. think big dogs are nice too. Yeah, man. Dogs are cool. I do believe we've had enough excitement for one night. What say we make our way home? Damien hops to his feet and extends a hand to help me up. I gladly take it as my knees aren't what they used to be. He packs up his picnic basket and leads us out of the graveyard. As we begin to walk home, I take one last look at the cemetery. It really is beautiful.
Oh.
Okay. Like a proper gentleman, Damien walks me to my doorstep. Thank you ever so kindly for your company tonight. Damien, it was my pleasure. Jabroni, if you'd allow me, it would bring me great joy to offer you a token of my affection.
Oh.
Damien reaches into the magic cloak again and pulls out a folded, monogrammed handkerchief. He presses it into my hand. Wow. Thank you, Damien. I will use this to dry my tears from those I've lost. Ah, there's the eggplants. A noble purpose. Damien shuffles his feet.
Oh.
I just want to say that it's rare to find someone like you. Someone who's open to my eccentricities. It's nice to feel so accepted. Thank you. Damien gives my hand a quick squeeze. Damien blushes hastily and retracts his hand. Oh, man. I must take my leave. Good night. Before I can say anything else, he's gone. Huh. I unlock the door and step inside. Like a whirlwind, Amanda runs from the window and plops down on the couch, trying to look nonchalant. Hey, Dad, what's up? Were you watching me from the window? No, I was just, Okay, yes. How was the movie? Lots of vampire titties. Told ya. But as it turns out, Damien is... Wait, Amanda doesn't need to know that. I'll keep it between me and Damien. Scary. Cool. Yep, he's so cool, it's scary. Nice save, Jabroni. Did you know that graveyards used to be a place to throw parties? I think I'm misremembering that. Wow, that's pretty punk. Also, we saw a dog. Definitely thought it was a werewolf for a minute, though.
Yeah.
How can you be so sure it wasn't a werewolf? How can you be so sure I'm not a werewolf? And how can I be so sure you're not a werewolf? Amanda's eyes narrow. I don't trust you. Nor I you. We'll make intense, wary eye contact for a second. Anyways, I'm calling it for the night. Don't stay up too late, will you? I'll try not to howl at the moon past midnight. Alright, how do we do? Date complete. Did we S-rank the date?
Are you familiar
Yeah,
with
we
the
did.
works of Corey Feldman? He simply slayed in The Lost Boys.
Alright. Well, it's been a long day. I'm just about ready to pack it in. After a few bites of ice cream from the freezer, I turn off all the lights and walk down the hall to my room. I wonder if Amanda's still awake. That kid needs some sleep. As I pass her room, I can hear a faint sound, but can't quite make out what it is. I get a little closer. Is she crying? I knock gently on the door. Hey, Amanda? Crying immediately stops. Not right now. Her voice sounds strange. She sniffles. I need to make sure she's okay. I open the door. You know. It's not so much the sexuality that makes you come to this. It's the story that's being told inside of it. In the dark, I can see Amanda's outline in the middle of her bed, knees hugged up against her body. The biggest thing is the dynamic between your child and the parent, and how they've had to move and change their life, missing another parental figure, and how they all cope with that. I don't want to talk about it. Did something happen? No, nothing happened. Go away. Amanda, get out. Okay. I quickly leave her room and shut the door behind me. Once the door closes, I can hear her crying again. Wow. What has her so upset? She seemed fine earlier. She's so open with me. She's usually so open with me. Did I do something wrong? Is she mad at me? I guess if she wasn't before, she definitely is now. I can even remember the last time she snapped at me like that. I can't even remember. I have a hard time falling asleep, but when I finally do, I'm still thinking about Amanda. And I think with that, we're going to go ahead and call it before we get too far in. Al-Nuami, I think that's how it's pronounced. I'm sorry you joined the chat so late. I'm hoping that isn't your only comment. I hope you'll join us again. Until then, I want to thank everybody for coming in. Sabas831, thanks for that. I want to say thanks to RU_deck_U, RUTechU. Yeah, well, it's essentially, the dad, well, not necessary, because in the beginning of the game, you can choose whether you were married to a woman or if you adopted. Either way, your significant other has a life partner, significant other, however you want to classify it, they passed away is what I think happened. And, you're a dad that's been raising the child alone. You haven't really dated. Now you've moved to a new area and you're meeting up with all these people. And there's nothing explicitly in the game that says that you're gay or homosexual. It's just more implied than anything else. And, as it's either you've made a lifestyle change. It is. But the big thing is, like I said, yes. The idea, though, is it's not a matter of, oh, man, you're trying to bone. That I don't want anyone to take that away from that with this. The whole thing is it's about interpersonal relationships. Like one of the dads you meet, you go out with him a few times and he's like, hey, I can't be with you. It's nothing you've done. It's the fact that he wants to make his marriage work. So he basically, says, hey, as much as I think it would be interesting to explore this, I can't leave my wife and my kids. I need to make my marriage work. And that's really cool. Or the dynamic between you and your child. Our child is like 18 years old. And, we seem to be growing more distant. And the dad's a little sad over the fact that his daughter doesn't confide in him. Like she's holding some sort of secret that we don't know about, that we can't, we can't ascertain yet as to what this is, what the secret is. And it's the dynamics of talking with your child and meeting with these other parents and trying to build up your own social life and starting to feel like an empty point in your life, I guess. The writing's really good, though. The interpersonal relationships are really what make it. Some are going to look at it. The first thing they're going to say is, ooh, gay game. When do you have the sex? And it's like, that's not what it's about. Because I've had people come in and that's the first thing they want to go to. And it's like, that's not what it's about. But anyways, I do need to get ready because I'm at work. I'm on lunch. I'm getting ready to go back to work. So Al-Nuami, I hope you'll hit that follow button and you'll follow the channel for the future. I do these most every day. I try to do my lunch streams. Right now we're going through Dream Daddy. Once we finish that, we'll probably pick something else. And Until then, though, I want to say thanks for everybody that joined again. Sabbath 831. I know you're lurking in the background. On the money. I'm going to get it right. Al Nuyami. I hope that was close enough. Don't sue me. Like I said, if you're enjoying it, you can definitely follow. I have a bunch of videos you can check out too if you want to see the merchandise. Hey, no problem, man. Like I said, I'll be here tomorrow. Normally on Mondays, I stream at 11 for lunch. The rest of the week is normally 1 o'clock when I can. I normally try to put up a note that says whether I'll be able to stream that day or not. So, yeah, so if you hit that follow button, you'll get notifications when I go live, and you can check it out, and you can I can kind of give you a little synopsis next time. We can kind of summarize where we're at and go from there. So again, thanks everybody for watching. We'll be back probably later tonight with I don't know if I'm going to go back to prayer, if I'm going to play something else. I might finish Night in the Woods. So anyways, till then, thanks for watching. Bye.